Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining me on this snowy morning. I hope you're all warm and safe and cuddly inside. I know I'm warm inside my house, thank goodness. Very grateful that we're here, even if it is virtually. We are always together in consciousness. So thank you for joining me this morning. Today we round out our month-long theme of love and being the expression of love. And as we do this, I'm going to do the talk, and then we're going to have a meditation at the end. So please stick with me after the talk, and we will have a nice little meditation. I hope you enjoy. I realized I was all alone. For the first time in my life, there was no mother, there was no father, there was no husband, there were no kids, there were no friends. I was all alone. This happened when I was getting a divorce and I was in my apartment. My own apartment for the first time. No roommate. All through my life I've lived with someone. I've been around people. I've never had my own space. Even during college I had a roommate. So I realized I was all alone. Today, what I'm going to talk to you about is loving yourself. Loving yourself is an inside job. Why and how? Very important questions. So let's start with why. Why love yourself? Well, why not? Okay, I'm done here. Thanks. Thanks for coming. Just kidding. Why not is a good question, though. When you love yourself, you take care of yourself. You do things for yourself. You dress nice. You eat healthy foods. When you love yourself, you want the best for yourself. And it's not being selfish, it's having self-care. Knowing that you're important and making sure that you get what you need as far as necessities. Clothing, housing, food. These are important. And sometimes when we don't love ourselves, we forget that. Or we let others have that. Or we give too much to others, forgetting ourselves. Another good reason to love yourself, and one that I came up with and thought of, is I'm with myself 24/7. There is nobody else that I know of that I'm with as much as myself. So why not love myself? If I'm with myself that much, it would be excruciating to not want to be with me, to not love myself. It's a very hard life to live, and I didn't want to do that anymore. I realized that this was one area that I was lacking in severely. I would beat myself up. I would tell myself I'm no good. I would, you name it, go through all the motions of doing everything to support that I'm not worthy, that I'm not deserving, that I am not loved, that I shouldn't be loved. And the biggest reason is because I didn't love myself. Loving yourself is an inside job. How? How is a very important question, and I wasn't sure of how myself. How am I going to do this? I've heard it before, I've seen it, there's books about it. How am I going to love myself? Well, I talked to some people that I knew that love themselves. One was a friend of mine, and I'll never forget the day. I was on the phone with him, and I was in my second apartment, which was big because I was moving up all by myself, doing things, adulting, being a big girl, and that was awesome. And I was on the back porch, and the sun was shining, and it was a beautiful morning. And we were on the phone talking together, and I asked him, how do you do things by yourself? How do you love yourself? And so he told me his experience of how he went to movies, how he went to concerts by himself, how he ate alone at restaurants, how he did all these things that he wanted to do, even more, and they were all by himself. For the longest time, he did that. And it helped him learn how to love himself. And I knew after I had talked to him that that was one thing I needed to do. I needed to start loving myself. So the idea came to me, let's start dating yourself, right? That's usually how you get to know someone better. That's usually how you get to understand them, to have a relationship with them. So why not date myself? So I started dating myself. I took myself out to movies. It was uncomfortable at first. I heard everyone, why is she alone? What is she doing? Why is she here? Shouldn't she have someone? Where is that person? Why isn't she with anyone? And on and on and on. But here's the thing, nobody was saying that to me. And I'm positive no one was saying that about me. I'm, you know, I it was all up here. It was in my head. Once I got through that, the first time doing something by myself and being at a movie by myself, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I got to see whatever I wanted. I got to do whatever I wanted. You know, I took myself out to dinner. Again, with every instance, the first time was always awkward, was always weird. I always heard those voices, blah, 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 blah. But the more I did it, and the more I practiced it, the better it became. And the better I could relax in to knowing who I really am, to dating myself, to seeing what I liked, what I didn't like, what I was good at, what I wasn't good at, to truly understanding who I am. I remember there was one incident where it was a great big huge seminar type deal that I went to. So lots of people around. Again, very uneasy. But I made myself do it because, again, we're dating ourselves and we're doing new things and we're going new places by ourselves to see what we like and what we don't like. And so I did. And there was one point in the seminar where I looked around and I heard, I'm all alone. And then I felt it wash over me. And I heard a small voice say to me, you're never alone. I'm always with you. It was so touching to me, and it still is today. so touching because I know it's true, because I feel that. And when I feel that and I know that, that's where that divinity and that love comes from. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm lovable. I'm alone. And I love myself. I'm alone because I'm never alone. My divinity, my source, my God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is always with me, inside me. I'm never alone. When that washed over me, it was beautiful. It was wonderful. I continued dating myself for a while. I gave myself flowers, figured out which ones I liked, which ones I didn't. I had so much fun. And the more I did, the better I felt. And knowing that and feeling that I'm not alone, that I love myself. The experiences were wonderful. And they just kept coming. And the energy just kept flowing. And it got better and better and better. And every day was a gift. And fast forward to last year, I heard this TED Talk by Tracy McMillan, and it said that she brought the concept up of marrying yourself. And it was a TED Talk that she did. And in this TED Talk, she explains, why it's important to. And for me, that brought my whole process to a circle. Because I had never heard of marrying yourself. I dated myself for a long time, but I have never heard of marrying yourself. So I decided to do that last year. And so in October of 2018, on October 26th, I did. I married myself. I bought myself a ring, and I did it underneath the full moon. And it was beautiful. I had my husband there, and like any marriage, like any wedding rather, it did not go the way I had planned. But that's okay. That's all right. Because the main thing was that I was making a commitment to myself, to remind myself, I love you, and I care about you, and I will always be there for you. And every time I look down at my ring, I know that. I feel that moment. It's etched in my mind now. That moment of loving, that moment and clarity, of feeling that wholeness inside me. It's beautiful. I gave you the why, and I gave you the how. Loving yourself is an inside job. So now this is what I'm going to give you to do this week. Another part of this practice that I did was to try to make myself happy, to do something that made me happy, whether it was getting my nails done or having a bubble bath or whatever it is for you that makes you happy. And it doesn't even have to cost money. Sometimes it would just be taking a walk in nature. Whatever it is that makes you happy, do that this week. Do that. And feel that joy that builds up inside you, and feel that love. And know that you are an expression of love. One thing. Just do one thing this week to make yourself happy. I realized I was all alone. For the first time, I knew I'm never alone. Namaste. And now we're going to do a meditation. So if you'll allow me just a minute here to get ready. Okay, there we go. All right, so if you would relax in your chair, close your eyes, or lower your gaze. Just take a minute as you close your eyes to relax. Take a deep breath in and out. We are here on this planet as expression of love. Sometimes we don't feel like love. Sometimes we lose our way. And when that happens, we take a moment to be still. To recenter. To gain clarity and know we are good. We are one. We are love. And as we walk through our days, we can build our foundation of love, of loving ourselves. And as we build our foundation of loving ourselves, we can turn around and love others. And knowing and feeling this love and this energy brings us peace and happiness and joy and energy, raises our vibration. Being one, sharing that love, such a wonderful joy and gift to do. And we will do that as we go through our week with a smile, with a laugh, with a hug, with a handshake. Doing something good for ourselves. We will share that love with ourselves. Building that relationship one day, one moment at a time. And now let's take a few moments in the silence, listening to the music, listening to any messages that might come up from our small, still voice. and being still. You are love. You are love. Love is in us, through us, and around us. And feeling that energy and being one with that energy creates such a wonderful space, such a wonderful world. A world where we can all be together, live, laugh, and love. And we are so grateful for this time. We are so grateful for every single blessing that we are and we have. We are grateful for the blessings we have and the blessings yet to come, knowing that through this truth of who we are, our days will flow with ease and grace. We are so grateful. And so it is. Amen. And now you can open your eyes or take a minute to center. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Appreciate your time and your energy. If you have been spiritually fed, please donate to our Facebook page, or you can go to unityofomaha.org and donate on our website. Again, thank you for our time together. Namaste.